Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video should come out after our bag swap challenge.
Yep.
And in this video we're doing the back 9 at Craighead Reds, which has some par 4, so it'll be pretty scoreable, hopefully.
Yeah, and the purpose of this video
is to teach whoever doesn't know what disc golf is and how to play it. So we'll start off. What we're standing on is a tee box, which might be basic for somebody that's already watched this, but there are a lot of new beginners, and I did get a couple comments about what is disc golf or how do you play, or can you simplify the rules. So this video will do it. We'll start off with hole 10. It's a par 4. You want to hit this tunnel and then you have an upshot. It's a hard 4, really hard 3, but it is an easy 5.
Yeah, and you'll start off with this tee pad. You want to throw on the tee pad, and both feet have to be on it, or at least one, but you cannot be off the tee pad once you let go. And usually you'll find turf or concrete, but we'll show you maybe how to hit a gap, maybe not to. Okay, we're in the fairway after one throw.
So I'm gonna go Cosmic Fury 2, and there are really 3 main categories of discs. You have putter, mid-rangers, and drivers, which can be divided into more categories, but Cosmic Fury 2 is a putter. That'll play all day.
All right, this is where my first throw landed. I'm gonna go with the mid-range. It's a little faster than a putter. Try to penetrate the gap and get farther down the fairway. All right, yep. But we're still in the...
Okay, so I landed off the fairway. Fairway is like the clear spot where you throw your disc. This is off the fairway. I'm gonna try to just hit it on hyzer and try to get up on that hill. Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Great shot. Should have shown the shot, but I didn't. That'll work. Edge of the fairway. We've been primarily throwing backhands. I'm gonna show you a forehand type shot. I'll take something a little slower than a mid-range and try to get through. There's a horsefly on me. Yeah, I got through. All right, this is my 4th shot. So I either have to park this or put it in, but I'm gonna be smart, put it by the basket so I can take my bogey 5 on a par 4. Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay, so whenever you're putting, there's what you call C1, C2. C1 being 33 feet outside of the basket. C2 is 66 feet. And then you can jump putt if you're in C2. C1, both feet have to stay on the ground behind your disc. So since we're outside of C1, we're gonna go for a little jump putt. And no harm there. I'll take a par 4.
All right, both feet have to stay on the ground, but you can straddle outside of your putt. You just have to be in line with the basket behind your lie. So this is perpendicular to the basket, and you can lean out as much as you'd like. Nice.
So since we're in C1, I have to stand behind the lie, and that'll give me a 4, which keeps my score at 0, and Roll took a 5, which puts his score at plus 1.
Right. All right, after first hole, kind of went through some of the basics. We're gonna speed up our play and still talk about the flight of discs, what we choose, tournaments, stuff like that. Here, it's around 250 to the right. I'm gonna go with a 9 speed, which in disc golf there's from 1 to 14. This one's a fairway driver. And it's a little overstable, so it'll want to fight out at the end of its flight. threw that low, but fairway hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a 7-speed, a Discmania FD. Gonna try to follow that same line, just hit it a little bit higher. And hopefully y'all saw that, because that was a great shot.
Here's where I landed. I'm gonna try to get close to the basket. Going high. All right, that'll work.
Okay, so this is right about circle's edge at those 33 feet. I'm gonna opt for a standstill putt. Oh, barely made it in, but that gives me, since I made it in 2, this was a par 3, my score is now at -1.
I took a par in 3 strokes on this par 3. On to the next. I'm 2 behind Jose, that is, but I'm 1 down on the course, behind the course. I'm gonna go fairway. I have a new basket position. It's around 280, almost 300 looks like, and it's on the other side of that ditch. Oh.
Okay, so scoring in disc golf is really similar to golf, where the lowest score wins. So if you take bogeys, double bogeys, it adds onto your score. If you take birdies or an ace, it lowers your score. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go finish line interval, do a flex line, just try to get it to finish to the left. Oh, that was way left.
Yeah, that did finish left though. Explain the flex line.
Okay, so flex line is when you throw what is called on an anhyzer angle. So your disc turns out to the right and then fades off to the left. And we'll talk about stability of discs and stuff in another hole. Okay, so I landed not in the great spot. Really across the ditch, which you're never across the ditch. Just gonna go forehand sidearm through this gap. And that should putt.
Yep. Right, I'm down here in this ditch. I might be putting up to the basket. That's just a layup.
Okay, not sure if you guys can see
laid
me,
it up
but
to
you
the
will
basket.
for sure see the chains
Jose's got
rattle.
about a putt. Oh, and he drained it.
And that's what you call a par save from a very bad location.
Hole 13. It's around 300 something, 310 downhill. Plays a bit like 280, 290. One thing I wanted to cover are common phrases you'll hear maybe in videos, other videos. Pitch out, layup, tap in. Pitch out be considered when you're outside of the fairway, going back into the fairway, or going to the basket, just almost like a putter motion up to where you want to be. Tap in is when you're too close to the basket and you just put it in without having to have a throwing motion. And then, what else did I say?
Layup.
Oh, a layup is like if you're gonna get a par or for bogey and you want it to be simple and you're going towards the basket. It's almost the same thing as a pitch out, but you're going to the basket. So here I'm gonna go mid-range. Not enough juice.
I'm also gonna go mid-range. I'm gonna try to hit it on a little bit of hyzer, which a hyzer is this angle. And back to the last hole and hyzer, you throw the disc on this angle and then this is flat. So that's also another thing that you'll hear a lot of disc golfers talk about. Like I hit that on too much hyzer, on too much anhyzer, where I just wanna hit it flat, and it's just this motion where you hold the disc here. That should be good.
And try to get close. Oh. Yep. 2 for my third throw. Trying to get this par. I'm gonna jump putt it. Step putt actually. Oh, that was close. We can save this bogey. Nope. Hit top band.
And this will be for my birdie. Which puts my score at 2 down, and Roll's gonna tap in a double bogey, which keeps his score at
3 up.
3 up. So pretty big difference in score, and that's just what disc golf is, especially in the woods. We're at hole 14, and we'll talk about the stability of discs. So really the 3 main categories are overstable, which means it's gonna fade out. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You have neutral discs, which you basically throw and they fly straight or as close to straight as possible. And then you have understable plastics or discs, which if you throw straight or flat, they'll turn to the right on a backhand right hand. And then it's the opposite, backhand left hand. On sidearm, it's the reverse.
Yep.
And yeah, so really if you go into a store and you see the Destroyers and the Firebirds, as a beginner, I would recommend staying away from them. You really want to mess around with understable discs at first in the beginning.
Yeah.
You want to go with something like a Sidewinder, something that you can throw straight or work on, because if you start with Destroyers, I promise you you're not going to progress as fast as you want to. But once you can get understable discs, also like an Origin from Discmania, to fly straight, then you can start experimenting with more stable plastics. But
yeah, it's all relative to how you throw and how fast you throw. For beginners, you won't be throwing as far, and we won't be putting as much spin on a disc, so you really want to look for something that'll go as straight as possible for you.
Yeah, so then if it's going straight, you can work on those hyzer and flat angles, and your game will progress way better. And I can say that from experience, because I used to always get like the Destroyers, the Nukes, what I thought was like the cool wide rim discs, and it didn't help my game at all.
Nope, stay away from that if you're new. And speaking of understable, I'm gonna go understable. Try to get a hyzer flip on this right gap. It's par 4, almost 400 feet-ish, 4 something.
Yeah.
Straight. Can't really see it in frame, but it's really just straight off the tee. Stayed in the middle.
And even professionals and experienced players really love understable plastics, because you can manipulate the angle or the flight of the disc a lot easier than you can an overstable disc. I'm gonna go Discmania Origin, try to hit this right gap on a backhand, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, also stayed in the middle. Okay, so this is where I landed. Usually in a tournament, or if you really want to play by the rules, you have a mini, which is a small. We'll show you one when we get to the basket. You want to place it on your lie so you can pick up the disc if you want to throw it again. I'm going to go with the Origin again. I got down there, but in the wrong direction.
And we'll keep it rolling just in front. I'm gonna go mid-range as well. I don't know if it's the play, but okay. Alright, this is my third throw on the par 4. I want to get it close to finish out my par. You go forehand on hyzer. Just look something like this. Yeah, it's around 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm off the fairway. I don't really have a line, so I'm going to show you guys a little roller, forehand roller. Really, you just want to grab the disc like this and just give it a little flick, and let's see if it works out. Didn't get the best finish on it, but that is a forehand roller. Okay, so sometimes whenever you're playing and you have stuff like this and you don't really have a putt, you can just lay up, which is a term that Roll said. So I'm just gonna lay up from here. And that'll make my putt to finish out the hole a lot easier. I'll take up 5, so that's a bogey.
All right, this is for my 4th. I'm gonna straddle, hopefully take the par.
And with my layup, I'll have a stress-free putt, which is for 5, so that's a bogey. But I think we're gonna finish this video off here. Hopefully we were rambling a little bit, but hopefully the rules and stuff were covered. If you guys have any questions, just comment. I'll do my best to answer them. And huge thanks to Raul for coming out here, kind of explaining some of the rules. And
yeah, and if we left anything out you think beginners or people who are interested in disc golf want to know, comment or let us know, so maybe we can make a part 2, see what's up. We'll probably do more videos surrounding form, flight in the future. Jose will probably be showing that as from intermediate to advanced, but yeah, that's for the future.
And if you're playing disc golf in the woods, especially this time of year, I would recommend bug spray. Really something that's going to repel mosquitoes and mainly ticks, because you don't want to get home and have a tick on you.
No, something to take seriously, and definitely stay attentive and follow the channel if you want to know more tips.
Yep, so just like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.